We came so far from dreams. The path was hard for me. They thought we fall, you see. Well, look at us now, look at us now. We make it hot when we on the scene. Yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team. Yeah, you know we gon' eat. We see the crowds when we come around. You know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we. Tell me who better than we. We soaring to places you never could reach. When we walk in that spot, don't hear none of you speak. Shh, do you want peace or the peace? A king about to put you to sleep. Listen, my team is elite. You not even qualified to compete. He's starving, he barely can eat. I guess that's why he always itching for beef. So I put him on ice and I told him to chill. Close your mouth if you can't pay for the meal. Making statements that you know you don't mean. Nice guy trying to act like he mean. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean. Attitudes will put you dudes in the beam. Isekai, he don't live in reality. Shake back off, come on fatality. Yeah, how you gon' hate when you mirror us? He think he a star, he ain't serious. X him out, we not on the same frequency. If you broke, you ain't hearing us. Work the screw, anime, that's how I feel, period. We winning, that's making them furious. We make it high when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. We see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we.
Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back for you with another new part of What If Izuku Had the Demon Summoning App. This is part 14. In the last part, Izuku wanted to know the information on how does the Hotsui family know about, well, Alcor and himself. As he explained on during the age when he created that of quirks, he wanted that of at least one family that had a strong connection to the spiritual ties of the world, to keep an eye on the world of quirks, that being the Hotsui family. Unfortunately, however, the current head of the Hotsui family, Yamato Hotsui, is a person that values strength and talent over those with none, and prefers those with the strength and talent to be the head of to be leaders after all. Because of this, it went against everything that Alcor wanted. So now he entrusts the future to Izuku, a person that doesn't matter, who will use his strength and talents not just to lead the people, but to protect the weak as well, to protect those who can't protect themselves. Not only that, he begins his internship with Jibs, but also with that of the newest student in Class 1A being Keita Wakui, who, finding out, also has the demon summoning app too, but instead of using demons, he decides to just use the copy ability to copy quirks and fight instead. At first, it seems like they have a bit of a rocky relationship, but it shows that the two actually have a bit of respect for one another due to their strength. And the first task as Jib's interns is to test them by taking on the hero killer. On the way to Hosu, Izuku wanted to go straight for the hero killer, and Keita wanted to take on that of the villains that are causing quite a bit of a commotion in Hosu. Arriving in the alleyway where Stain is, however, Izuku was too late, as Stain already killed Ida, with now wanting to avenge his classmate and friend by killing Stain here and now. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? Currently in downtown Hosu City, as many heroes are getting knocked around, or fires have basically gone all across that of the streets, as all across the streets being that of multiple Nomus, at least that of 3 Nomus. One Nomu that's basically with that of blue skin, and as its body is continuously morphing and changing as it becomes bigger, well, it also soon becomes slimmer to move quite fast and quick for itself. While another Nomu is with that of, well, light yellow skin, as it's basically flying around and grabbing onto certain heroes and basically tossing them into walls or into other buildings. And the last one, which seems like to be the more strongest one, being that of a Nomu with that of dark skin, almost somewhat dark, not as the same level of dark skinned as that of the Nomu from the USJ, but still close. as it's punching and knocking back plenty of heroes that can't even lay a scratch on it, even tossing plenty of cars and trucks as well. Within, Manuel speaking, "Damn it, I can't believe this. Where did these things even come from?" With then soon a bull-like hero with the horns and everything basically pulls off that of a fire hydrant, saying, "Manuel, use this on the fires." After saying that, Manuel heads out of the exposed hydrant and puts out the flames. While doing so, he soon noticed one of his sidekicks seeing her, saying, "Look out!" After that, the blonde-haired sidekick was about to get hit by that of the dark-skinned Nomu. However, instantly he was soon hit by that of a powerful lightning bolt that not only electrified him, but also sent him flying, fried as his body begins smoking. With then soon wondering what has happened, saying, "Seriously? This is what you pros got? I know you guys aren't that of main listers, but even so, I'd expect a little bit better." As the person speaking being Keita, with his phone in his hands and his left hand basically out and extended with that of electrifying smoke coming off of it. With then soon one of them saying, "Oh, what are you doing here, kid? Get out of here!" Saying, "Seriously, you expect me to basically leave while you guys are not even bothering doing shit? Please." Within, one of the blue Nomu soon rushes towards that of Keita, within soon realizing, "You're not really stealthy, aren't you?" With then putting his phone in his pocket before taking that of a boxer stance, and just with one good uppercut to that of the Nomu's jaw, as it soon sent flying, spinning in the air at the same time. With then, everybody is completely and utterly caught off guard by the power of Keita, as this is due to the demon summoning app. Due to him not wanting to rely on anything, especially demons, he decided to use the demon summoning app to basically copy and scan quirks. Not only that, there's also another function of demon that the demon summoning app can do as well, called absorption. Basically, it's normally used for demons to absorb the power of other demons by taking them. Normally, fusion is able to do that, but this is a different way. For Keita, on the other hand, he goes into the demon auction, and uses this function to absorb the demon's powers into him instead, gaining the power of multiple demons. But if you ask Keita, the thing that he normally likes to use the most is that of his fist, and he'll dabble at least a little bit of lightning here and there, as the Nomu soon lands back onto the ground. With then, the heroes couldn't help but be completely surprised, even that of Manuel as well, saying, "I can't believe it, that kid." With then soon, an armor figure with that of a spear and a large tower shield on that of its left hand and the spear in the right hand, with that of angel wings on their back, fly down, and soon somebody comes off the angel-like being, and it's this being Makoto. Within, woman saying, "Don't need to worry, everybody. My name is Lieutenant Makoto Sato, agent of the Japanese Defense Section. In simpler terms, I'm a pro hero under that of a Japanese Defense Branch. Right now, the young man right there is Keita Wakui. He's working with Jibs, so he has full permission to use his quirk right now. Right now, I want to ask you all to focus more on rescuing civilians and heading to a certain location a little while in the distance of the city." Within, soon hearing this, Manuel saying, "What do you mean?" Within, she's saying, "This location is mainly where one of our other agents is taking on the hero killer right now. The League of Villains must be involved in this if the Nomu creatures from the USJ are here as well. In short, this entire attack here is nothing but one giant diversion, so the hero killer can most likely escape Hosu with the aid of the League of Villains. I'm asking you to head to this location and back up my agent before the hero killer could escape or hurt him. Please, I'm begging you, allow us to handle these creatures. Within hearing this, Manuel saying, I want the team to focus on that of rescue, while the others head to the location on where Miss Makoto wishes you to go. Within, she's showing that of the location on that of her phone. Within, Manuel relays location, within saying, all right, go. With all of his psychics saying yes. Within, Manuel continued to put out fires, while Keita, on the other hand, is taking on all 3 Nomus. Well, except the flying one that heads straight for that of Makoto, or in Manuel. Within, she soon brings out her phone again, saying, Virtue! As then, a blue crystallized angel-like figure statue stands in front, within, guarding from that of the Nomu's attack, flying Nomu's attack, as a barrier soon erupts in front of them. Within saying, Go! Power! As then as the armor-like angel demon heads straight for the flying Nomu as well, about to pierce the Nomu in the chest with its spear as it dodges out of the way. But then the Nomu attacks Power again, but using that of its massive tower shield to guard from the attack as the 2 entities continue to fight. Within, she's saying, any pros that are about to be attacked, I'll use that of my creature to protect my quirk to protect you all. Focus on continue to rescue and put out the flames. Within, everybody saying yes. Within, looking back at Keita as he isn't even breaking a sweat, as he deals that of multiple punches towards that of the black Nomu, sending it flying quite a bit. Within, even that of the blue Nomu that basically recovered a little while still rushes towards Keita. Within him basically dodging out of the way, dealing another powerful haymaker punch onto that of the Nomu, landing it flat-faced on that of the ground, creating that of a spiderweb crater. Within, she's saying, he's doing quite well for himself. For somebody that committed suicide a little while back, I'm surprised that he's able to handle himself quite well. I read up on his file, strong-willed, powerful. He comes from originally he comes from an orphanage. The parents abandoned him as a baby, mainly possibly they found out that he was quirkless, even though quirks only appear at the age of 4. However, they always said that the boy had a knack for basically fighting. He got into a lot of fights. Before, he was taking a former Japanese boxer took interest in him, decided to train him, developed him. Even for somebody of his stature, he was still able to reach the level of some featherweight and lightweight boxers. Even without the demon summoning app, he would still even be on the level of that of a few pros that focus way too much on their quirks after all, and don't focus on developing or improving themselves instead. Unfortunately, that was only that easy. Because of his quirkless status, not a lot of boxing gyms or even that of leagues itself would accept him, and that's when it happened. Back with Keita, as he deals more and more blows onto the black Nomu, before then, soon, him having that of a big smirk on his face, before internally saying, this is the power I've always wanted, the strength. If I had this strength all the way back then maybe I would be able to reach my dream of becoming a true Japanese champion boxer. As he soon had the flashback, within remembering all the people that basically shut him down, not letting him get a chance to be in the boxing league, not letting him to even take part in that of local boxing matches. Instead, it's the same excuse over and over and over again. He had to have a quirk. He had to have a quirk. He had to have a quirk. The main reason that it's supposed to be so that he had to have a quirk is because people didn't want to be liability in case their quirk helped them protect themselves in boxing. Even though the sport back then was supposed to be fair games, no tricks, no nothing, just the person's skill and strength in hand-to-hand combat, up close and personal. And yet, since quirks are basically everything and he had no quirk, it just made him even more angry. just pissed him off even more than now. Yet, he had nowhere else to take that anger, nowhere else to take that frustration on, to the point that he even blamed himself, saying if he just had a quirk, and maybe within all that anger soon turns into despair, then sadness, then pain, even to the point that he basically thought about ending his life here and there. But instead, as soon as he did, that's when it happened. He was given a second chance and gained the power of the demon summoning app. Even when he first summoned demons, he basically despised it. Hell, he downright hated it more than anything. So instead, he decided that any new demon that he gets from that of the demon option, he would take their power for himself. He would take any power from that of the quirk user, for any quirk user that comes his way, and gain more and more power. He would become the strongest. He would become even more powerful than anyone could get in his way. But he didn't want this power to go to waste. He knows that he can't get into the boxing league, given that so many people see him as quirkless. Until that one day when he met her, Miyako Hotsui. Originally thought that she was just a crazy chick, but instead she basically got him away into UA, and given that Class 1A had a spot opening, it was the perfect spot. With this, being at UA, I would be able to get both that of a hero license and it would basically get me the fast track into that of the boxing league. With this shortcut, I'd be able to achieve my dream. And if it means helping those who can't protect themselves, those who can't fight back, normally I always thought it was the strong that should lord over the weak. That the strong should be the ones to decide the laws, but now it basically make me no better than those who denied me every option I could get to reach my dream. So instead, I'll fight for the little guys. I'll show them that quirkless people like me have the right to be strong too. With then soon, as he basically steps on the ground, but then soon saying, "Take this, you ugly bastard!" But then his arm begins to glow into that of malicious purple, saying, "Deathbound!" With then, as he soon lands the fist into that of the Nomu's chest, however, it goes right through his chest and all the way through his back, making Keita go off his feet for the time being. But then, soon, the Nomu basically screams in pain, as then Keita jumps out of that of the Nomu, with his arm basically back with that of tons of blood, with then wiping the blood off his arm, as the Nomu soon basically falls to down on its back, with then, as it looks like it's trying to regenerate. However, it seems that it's impossible to do so due to how much damage it took. But then, Keita couldn't help but basically scoff before saying, "Chump, seriously, All Might was able to take these things down. Of course I'll be able to, somebody like me, to take these things down as well." But then, soon, the blue Nomu from before was also about to rush towards that of Keita again, before saying, "Oh, will you knock it off?" Bringing up his arm saying, "Mizuga!" As a burst of electricity soon releases from that of Keita's hand, as it soon electrifies the entirety of the blue Nomu, as it soon wails and screams in pain and agony, with then it completely is smoking, with then saying, "And to make sure you stay down," as he soon shoots another Mizuga once again, basically electrifying it even more and more, as now you can only smell that of electrified burnt flesh. Even the heroes that see this can help but be completely and utterly caught off guard and somewhat terrified as well, seeing this power, saying, "I thought the kid's power was that of superhuman strength and reflexes. But he's able to use lightning too? What kind of quirk is that?" Within one of the pros saying, "Hey, I think that Midoriya kid was able to do something like that too. There's another kid with that of Midoriya's quirk." With Then soon, Keita, hearing this, couldn't help but scoff before then saying, only one more Nomu to go. As he says this, within looking up, within, as blood soon begins to pull down out of the ground, as then hearing out of a large scream, as Makoto's demon power used its spear to finally pierce it through the chest. Within, with the last of its strength, it's trying to remove it, before then saying, virtue! As the glass-like, statue-like demon, angel soon flies right beside that of Makoto. Within, a burst of wind begins to consume that of the winged Nomu as well, as winds of blades begin to tear into that of the Nomu, from its skin all the way down to its muscle tissue and bone as well. Before then, even its wings begin to completely and utterly be torn apart as well, as it soon flies to the ground. However, surprisingly, it's still not dead yet. Just like that of the blue Nomu that's basically incapacitated from too much pain, even with its nervous system basically all in whack as well. Within soon, Makoto couldn't help but sighing out of relief, saying, that takes care of that. Within, looking at the Nomu, saying, Gyps has always been wanting to study these creatures since the first Nomu, with corpse back in the USJ, given that it was Midoriya that was the one that took it down with his demons. It only makes sense. Within began sending a message to that of Gyps grunts to basically take the Nomu corpses back to that of the Tokyo branch. With now thinking, Midoriya, it's all you now. Will you kill the hero killer or you keep him alive? Only you can decide this. I really hope you choose the former instead of the latter. But then she remembers that of Izuku's classmate and friend, Tenya Ida, Ingenium's little brother, the same Ingenium that was hit by that of the hero killer a little while ago, about that a few weeks ago, here in Hosu. But then realizing that the little brother of Ingenium is not here before she comes to realization saying, oh no, is he? But then soon, as Keita couldn't help but continue kicking at that of the blue Nomu, mainly out of boredom, before then, soon, back into the Gyps vehicle, within realizing, hey, where the hell are you going, Sato? Within, without saying anything, she soon drives off as fast as she can towards Izuku's location. Within, he couldn't help but say, the hell's with her? Driving to the location, she couldn't help but think to herself, Midoriya, please don't cross that line. You're too young for that. Don't cross it. Back with Izuku and Stain, as Stain is basically being knocked down like that of a rag doll, flying back into that of the alleyway even further, as he's trying to get away from that of Izuku's demons, especially from his newest demon, Kresnik, as that of the white trench coat clad, sword wielding vampire continues to basically slice away at that of Stain, as Stain's trying his best to block each one of the attacks. However, they're basically moving too fast, even for that of his reflexes and his instincts are being overwhelmed. And she's just wondering, how is this thing moving so quickly and so powerful? How is this boy have a quirk like this? With then soon, Izuku looking down, seeing that of Native, within saying, Native, right? Within saying, yeah, that's me, saying, you got yourself caught by the hero killer, and yet you couldn't do anything to prevent Ida's death. Within saying, I'm sorry, I wanted to try, saying, did you even try? Did you even beg to tell him to just kill you instead of him? Did you even say anything? Within soon, Native looked down and out of complete and utter shame, saying, you disgust me, and you call yourself a damn hero. Within saying, you know what? You're lucky I don't kill heroes, even pathetic heroes like you, because right now, all I want to do is kill that parasite. Within soon, Kukulin basically right beside that of Izuku. As Izuku gets on that of the man's back, within soon he teleports away to Stain. Within soon, Nate is saying, I still can't move. The kid could have helped me out, but honestly, I don't even think I deserve it either. With then Stain reaching up to one of the rooftops. However, Kresnik is already on his tail, and once again, already on him again. With that one downward slash, Stain tries to use his sword to defend himself once again. However, as soon as he uses the sword, his chipped katana finally breaks. Seeing that of the broken blade, but then, with one solitary hit, Kresnik basically sends his fist flying into that of Stain's face, as Stain was sent flying backwards, with blood, with that of a busted lip, broken nose, and with that of broken skin on that of his cheek. Even a few face fractures as well. With then, Stain was completely and utterly overwhelmed by the pain. Oh, well, good for him. His nose is already cut off to begin with, so not too much. He doesn't have to deal with a real broken nose, but the pain is still pretty agonizing from that punch alone, though. As he soon coughs up at least a few broken teeth as well. With then, soon, Cuchulainn and Izuku land on that of the rooftop as well. But then, Izuku, having his phone out, with then about to give more and more orders. With then Stain saying, don't you have any shame as a hero? There's only one person I will let kill me, and that's... With then giving the order to that of Cuchulainn through his phone. With then Cuchulainn basically slamming his spear right through that of Stain's right side. Sending him, basically lifting him up from that of the ground, as he soon coughs up even more blood, with then saying, oh no, I'm not killing you just yet. I'm going to make you suffer. If more than anything, I want answers. I want to know answers why somebody who was once a noble vigilante, now becoming that of a mass murdering serial killer that thinks he has the right to cripple and kill heroes. Within, still wincing in that of pain and still feeling the spear, basically in that of his left side and his right side. Then soon, Izuku walks up to him saying, now you're going to be answering these questions. And if you don't give me the answers, well then, Cuchulainn's just going to make the pain even more bearable. After all, within soon, Stain couldn't help but glare at that of Izuku. Within saying, question number 1, why did you stop being Stendhal? Why did you stop being a vigilante and protect the innocent? Answer me this. With then soon, Stain not wanting to say anything, but then soon giving the orders to Cuchulainn, as he soon twists that of the spear in his side, making him scream more in pain, with then saying, answer. With then coughing up more and more blood before saying, fine. I quit being Stendhal because there were so many hypocrites of heroes, so many twisted people. I saw so many people, the people I protected, basically say that they'll become a hero, all because they wanted to become famous and wanted to get a lot of money. I saw on how much that the current society of heroes has twisted and warped the minds of the people. That's why I ended my career as Stendhal. I ended it because the world needed to be cleansed. If it means staining my hands with blood, then so be it. As he says all of this while in pain, with then saying, seriously? That's your reasoning? That's your reasoning for all this? Just because a few people that you save and take care of complain that if they went vigilante like you, they wouldn't get paid? Seriously? Within, Izuku couldn't help but pinch the bridge of his nose before saying, alright then, second question. Why go after Ingenium? Why go after Tensei Ida? Out of all the pros you've killed, yeah, some of them were all fame-hungry and attention-seeking bastards and bitches that only cared about themselves. But there were some that actually did give a damn about the people that they saved. There were also other reasons on why they only cared about money. So why? Why Ingenium? You do know Ingenium was a good person, was an actual good hero. Just because he came from that, even though he came from that of a hero family. Within soon, with Stain still coughing up more, still in pain, but then saying, that's the problem. Legacy, hero families. It shouldn't be being a hero shouldn't be a business. You want to pass your legacy on to somebody else? Fine, but it shouldn't be due to favoritism. The Ingenium family has done nothing but just sully the more ideas of what it means to be a hero by favoritism their own family, instead of those who actually want the ability who have the same ability as them or possibly surpass them. It sickens me. The favoritism truly within Cuchulainn basically twisting his light spear once again, with Stain screaming out more and more within saying, that's your reasoning? You target Ingenium, a good hero. A hero who genuinely cares about others, who's also known to be more of a rescue hero more than an actual combat hero. A hero that's always on the scenes first, just like a first responder, and you basically crippled him for that? Because of his family? As he clenches his fist before saying, last question. Your only question left I want to ask you. Why? Why did you kill Tenya Ida? Why did you truly break your code? Why? You said it was because he wanted vengeance. Did you not think that was going to happen? Of course there would have been tons of people who wanted vengeance against you. Ingenium was a great hero. A hero that genuinely cared about everybody around him. Even his sidekicks had the respect of him. And of course his own brother. The way he spoke about his brother. The way he looked up to him. The way that he admired him. The way he always wanted to be just like him. And live up to his ideas of wanting to be a hero that's always there. Always to protect. And you snuffed that out. All because he was properly and justifiably angry for ruining his brother's career. For ruining his life. For putting him in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And you think he wouldn't be angry? Wouldn't want vengeance? Wouldn't want hatred against you? And you use that as an excuse to kill him? So answer me why? Why is that the true reason why you killed him? With then, soon, hearing this, Stain could up and say, I ended his life. It's because he would have been another corrupt and twisted hero. Another hero that cared more about himself, and he only sought, just like you said, he only sought vengeance against me. He didn't care about the faker that I put in the alleyway a little while ago. If he truly was a hero, he would have worried more about, within giving another command to Cuchulainn, as then, even spearing the blade even further through that of his side, as he still winces in pain from the spear's movements, within saying, of course he was angry, of course he was pissed, anybody would. You took away a good man's life all to satisfy your own goddamn ego, to satisfy your ideas of what it means to be a hero. Tell me, Stain, as he says this with just pure utter disgust, saying, what is your idea, hero? What do you see in a hero? With then, soon, Stain couldn't help but grit his teeth saying, there's only one man that deserves the title of hero. There's only one man worthy of the word hero. And the one man I will allow to only kill me. I will, even if I find my way out of this, there's no way in hell I'll let you kill me, brat. All Might. All Might is the true worthy hero, and that is All Might. All Might's the only worthy hero in this world. Every last one of you, even you, somebody who is basically taking pleasure in torturing me, who's letting his hatred and wants to slaughter me, is unworthy of being a hero. Unlike you, you're all fakers. With then saying that, he could feel the bloodlust coming off a Stain. But then it begins to weaken Izuku for a bit, causing Cuchulainn to flinch for a bit, worried for that of his tamer. With then soon seeing this, Stain basically saw the perfect opportunity to bring out one of his blades within throwing the knife straight towards Izuku. With then soon noticing the blade, Kresnik defends his master, taking the knife strike straight to the chest. A normal knife strike wouldn't hurt him, but even so, it still caused quite a bit of damage to that of Kresnik. But then Izuku getting his bearings from that of the bloodlust aching off of that of Stain, within using his phone to give Cuchulainn more orders, within noticing the orders before looking back at at that of his tamer, before Izuku saying, "Do it, Cuchulainn." After that, he soon flings Stain onto the ground as he bounced off that of the rooftop surface for a bit, before coughing up even more and more blood, and then trying to stand back on his feet on wobbly legs, within soon saying, "You know what? You really are a goddamn psycho. You did all of this because you wanted people to be just like All Might, just like the #1 hero. That's it? That's your reasoning? Newsflash for you, brat, you damn psychopath. All Might is not a true hero either. He's just as much of a hypocrite as you." With then hearing that, Stain couldn't help but say, "What did you just say?" With then Izuku saying, with that of pure unadulterated hatred, saying, "You heard me, you ninja wannabe knockoff! All Might is just as much of a hypocrite as you. And you want to know why?" Within, in a burst of speed, Izuku heads straight for that of Stain. Within, soon, Stain, having that of pure unadulterated adrenaline pumping through him, is not just that, but also pure unadulterated rage as well, feeling him too. He soon pulls out at least 2 combat knives and heads straight for Izuku as well. But then, Izuku putting his hand into that of a into that of a chop, as he uses that a fatal slash. Within, blocking both the knives with that a fatal slash, as Stain is completely caught off guard as he's just blocking it with just that of his own hand and arm. "I used to be just like you. I used to admire and look up to All Might too. I used to think that as long as we have the symbol of peace, everything will be okay. Even believed in his words that anybody, if they work hard enough, can become a hero. But instead, that bastard destroyed my dreams!" Knocking back Stain once again with that of his slashed arm. Within, Switch began to use that of his fire attacks, sending more and more of agony blast towards that of Stain, keeping him off his as he dodges each and every one. However, that's what Izuku wants, as he's not even trying to aim at him on purpose, but keeping him on his toes, sending blast after blast of fire, saying, "I asked him, when I didn't even have my quirk, if it was possible for somebody like me, a quirkless person like me, to become a hero. You know what he told me? That it's impossible, that I can't be in a world full of heroes without a quirk, that I can't do anything without a quirk. And I can't believe I'm repeating myself to somebody like you, an All Might sycophant like you, who spreads reverie about a man who's willing to crush that of a boy's dream, a boy who was already on the teetering of ending his life." And with those words, it fully snapped. Within, putting his hands together, sending that of another powerful Agni Rub blast, with a burst of fire heading straight for Stain. Within, Stain tanks that of the fire, as he gets that of at least 2nd-degree burns. Within, even his clothes began to get a little bit burnt as well, with a few, even that of the combat knives, starting to have the metal warp. With then, soon, Izuku saying, "I ended my life. I took my life because I felt like I had nothing else to live for. Everybody has told me to give up on my dream because I didn't have a quirk. When you're somebody like me, we're society who puts you down over and over and over again, and all you have to live for is to continue to fight for your dream. And even when that, people won't even let you have that. I have nothing else to live for. But then I gained it. Within, Stain, still frustrated, angry, and burnt, feeling pain all across his body. And Stan pulling out his phone, saying, I gained this. I gained power beyond power. Power that's even beyond a quirk. The power to control and contract demons. The power to make entities of pure, utter lore, fury, and power at my command. But instead of using them to hurt those who hurt me, instead of using this power to destroy society, no, I'll use this power to help those who basically burned me, who destroyed me, who basically looked down on me. Because you want to know why? Because I'm the bigger person. I may despise and hate them, but I won't let that get in my way. I've always dreamt and will always continue to be a hero, to protect those who can't even protect themselves, to protect those who basically look down on me and hate me, to protect everybody in this world. I'm even willing to even bloody my own godforsaken hands if it means protecting innocent lives. Something you should have stayed on the same path on. And now, you've basically sealed your own godforsaken fate, Stain. Honestly, I don't even care if the villains like to make you a martyr. It doesn't matter. No matter what hero basically mimics you, or villain that basically admires you, or it doesn't matter. If they continue on the saying, Psyduke, He saw everything. Within soon, Psyduke basically going to that of Izuku, saying, "Of course, Shining One, I saw everything and heard everything. After all, I hear all and see all." Within saying, "Tell me, if you could you saved Ida? Could you protected him? And if you didn't, tell me why. Why did he have to die?" Within, Psyduke could not but say, there are some things in this world that we can't predict, but then there are some things that we can. I did predict this boy's death." But then saying, "Then why? Why didn't you say anything to me? Why didn't you convince me to basically try harder to stop Ida from trying to go after Stain? Why? Why did you have to make me see the corpse of my classmate and friend? Answer me. You said you're my friend. At least tell me why." Then Izuku began to tear up and crying that he wouldn't be able to protect his friend, and crying that his oldest friend and closest one basically allowed him to die as well and didn't even tell him. But then Psyduke wiping away Izuku's tears before then saying, "Honestly, I have no idea either myself. And honestly, seeing you like this, Shining One, it hurts. Not physically, but it feels wrong seeing you saddened like this. It does not feel right. And if losing those who are close to you, such as friends and allies, makes you feel like this, then maybe, just maybe, I shall do something about this. I promise. But for the time being, continue to reach your goal. And as for tonight, I will let you know this now, Shining One. This was a plot done by the League of Villains. But also, the man you called Stain right there, he was never a member of the League." But then Izuku hearing this saying, "What?" Saying, "Yes. You see, that man was nothing but a pawn for the one of true evil, the one of chaos. He was a pawn of All for One. You did make him it seems like he will be made as to a tool for the League, a tool to be made as an example. Hopefully, sooner than later, this doesn't hurt you, my friend. Until we meet again, Shining One." But then after saying his piece, Psyduke disappears in thin air. With that, Izuku couldn't help but wonder and worry as he looks back down at the corpse of Stain, saying, "So you were not even a member of the League all this time. You were basically a tool, a puppet, used by All for One and Shigaraki. This whole attack on Hosu, it was their own plan to basically try and use Stain as leverage to gain more power. The way I saw Shigaraki back at the USJ, there's no way in hell that bastard would have thought of something 3 steps ahead. No, he would have always thrown a temper tantrum. If anything, that whole mindless destruction with the Nomus is something he probably would have thought up. He used that of All for One used that of Shigaraki's annoyance and hatred and possibly for the hero killer, and probably try to outshine him with his Nomus to make it seem like since both the hero killer and the League were here, that they were working together. And I walked right into that by making him a martyr, even though I don't care." But then Izuku clenching his fist tightly, even to the point that he begins to draw blood, but then saying, "You know what? Doesn't matter. Bring it on, All for One. Shigaraki, the League, whenever you throw at me, whatever you bring, I will take you all down. I will end you all and save as many people as I can from your suffering and chaos. This I swear, not just as that of a hero, but as somebody who would do whatever it takes to protect those who can't protect themselves, to protect the world that Psyduke wishes. Even if I have to walk the path of a villain, I'll protect as many people as I need to, no matter the cost." Within soon, going back down to that of the alleyway, within soon, Manuel starting to get the feeling back into his body. Hey, you okay, kid? Native, right? The hero killer is taken down. But then saying, wait, you took down the hero killer? I knew that you were amazing back at the sports festival, but to this degree. With then soon saying, where is he? On the rooftop. Saying, wait, you left them all there alone? What if he could? He's not going to escape. He's gone. He's dead. I ended his life. Within hearing that, Native saying, you killed him? But why? You didn't need to. You could have. I'm not going to allow a psychopath like that to go on living. Honestly, I don't care if there are any more copycat killers or basically if the villain community makes him a martyr in the underworld. Doesn't matter. A psychopath like him deserves nothing but death after the horrible things he's done. With then soon looking down at Ida, it looks like he's basically in complete and total agony. As with then soon picking up Ida and then closing that, trying to settle his facial features, trying to make him look at least a little bit more peaceful. With then walking out of the alleyway, with then Native saying, "Hey, where you going, kid? I need to go to the hospital." With then Native say, "But I'm aware he's dead. I just need to take him there. It's not right to leave his body like this after all." With then walking out of the alleyway, with then soon noticing, "Hey, who's there?" With then hearing that familiar voice, with soon that voice being Shoto. With then Izuku saying, "Todoroki." With then Shoto seeing Izuku saying, "Midoriya, is that you? And why do you?" But then looking saying, "Ida? Wait, is he?" What soon looking at his facial features, not even seeing his breath or even his chest move, saying, "Hey, Ida, what happened to him? Midoriya, what's wrong with Ida? He's..." Within looking at Izuku, he's basically completely filled with tears. Within, Izuku basically couldn't help but say, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." As he continues saying sorry over and over and over again. However, he's not saying it to that of Shoto or anything like that. He's saying it over and over again to Ida. And as he continues saying this, the pros finally show up, with even Makoto finally showing up too, within saying, "Izuku." Within seeing the situation, she couldn't help but gasp, seeing Ida in his arms. As the incident Hosu and the end of the hero killer finally comes to an end tonight. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, how'd you guys like this? Yeah, I basically one-sided that of both the Nomus and Stain after all. I mean, it only makes sense that Keita would be able to basically destroy the Nomus without even breaking a sweat, alongside Makoto as well and her demons. However, Makoto relies way too much on her demons and Keita doesn't even rely on them at all. As for the fight between Izuku and Stain, on the other hand, of course that Kresnik and, Ku Cullen would be able to basically wreck Stain's shit after all. Their demons with basically endless and ultimate power after all. Of course they'll be able to take down one man whose entire fighting style revolves around basically sneaking people and paralyzing them with that of his blood. Sure, in canon, he's able to basically take on both Izuku, Shoto, and Ida without even breaking us by giving it his all, but he was mainly trying to escape because he's not really good at, all-out fights, to be honest. He was also holding back because, again, he didn't want to break his code on killing children, especially Izuku and Shoto, given that he thought that both of them were true heroes as well. But even though this Stain was actually had the intention to kill and actually would have killed regular Izuku, especially seeing him as a faker as well, Izuku would have basically went for the kill from the very start, given after what he's done, especially this Izuku after all, whose ideas of of protecting the people, even if it means killing as well, is somewhat similar to that of the HPSC. However, he's not willing to work with them, especially if it means killing innocent people who haven't done anything wrong yet. He's only willing to kill those who actually have done the crime after all, not before it's done. Again, this Izuku is not afraid to get his hands in bloody after all. So yeah, and now with Ida dead, oh boy, this is going to be quite something after all. How was this change the dynamic of Class 1A? And you might be wondering, why did I kill Ida after all this time? Well, it's kind of simple. Because again, back in original canon, it only makes Izuku was only able to, well, figure out that of, well, Ida's location a lot more quicker than before. It's because Izuku was already on that of a train towards that of Shibuya after all. And Hosu City is basically part of Tokyo and right close to that of Shibuya. Not only that, 5% one for all Izuku Full Cow was able to basically blitz through an entire city block without even breaking a sweat, and was still able to make it in time to save Ida. This Izuku was in that of a military grade Hummer, was on multiple highways and on that of busy streets at the same time during the same night. He also was on that of a serpent that he was also trying to keep an eye out in that of the alleyways. The only reason on why this happened is mainly due to circumstances and time. I had to be at least a little bit realistic here after all. So yeah, any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification, keep to date my videos uploaded to the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, gaming channel, side channel, other channel, Patreon, and Cash App. All linked in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys, and hope you all take care. Take it away, Shiro.
Hi, everyone. This is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!